doubt you need one more reason to love mashed potatoes. But today, I have one for you. I am making Dilly Duchess potatoes from Hallmark Publishing's latest book, Wrapped Up in Christmas Joy. And they are sure to bring joy to your next dinner. I can promise you that. They are so yummy, Cameron.
I love being in the kitchen with you, Deb. These are great. I just have one small question.
Yes.
What are Duchess potatoes?
Okay, well, I'm making Dilly Duchess because I'm putting dill in them. But Duchess potatoes are nothing more than potatoes that you have boiled and then you have broken up and you have mashed or riced, which I'm going to do right here. I think you are going to join me in making these.
I did. I got here a little bit earlier.
Oh, you did? And you did yours?
Yeah.
So all you do is do this, then you put them in a piping bag. You add some other yummy ingredients. And you make little sort of stars out of them like that, or like little peaks. You pop them in the oven and you bake them.
There you go.
That's it.
Okay, so what are we going to put in? We've got our, obviously, as you see here, we've got our mashed boiled potatoes in the bowl. And we've got lots of yummy goodness to add to it.
Okay, so by the way, if you don't have a masher, I mean, you don't have a ricer, you can use a masher, use a fork, it doesn't matter. You're just going to get them all combined and you're going to kind of whip them up. Okay, so we are going to add some melted butter.
Yep.
Makes them even yummier.
Mm-hmm.
Eggs.
Can't have mashed potatoes without butter.
That's right. Cream. I love cream in my mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Some shaved Parmesan, because why not? Some dill that I've chopped up.
There wouldn't be dilly potatoes without some dill.
That's right. Some parsley. Garlic powder.
Yep.
Let me get this in there. These are really yummy. If you're looking for something for your holiday table, this is the way to go. You'll really impress your guests.
And just as you're saying this, all these flavors kind of layered in there, it's just going to really elevate them too.
That's right.
Love it. So we got
salt and pepper.
Okay, to taste.
That's right. And then you get in here and you mix that all around. You try to whip it together as much as you can. They almost look like mashed potatoes. So once you get them to the mashed potato consistency, we then put them in a piping bag.
Beautiful.
And you put a star tip on the end of that piping bag, and you make your little pretty design on your cookie sheet, and then you're going to put them in the oven. Now, if you don't have a piping bag,
what do?
You can use a Ziploc and just cut the edge of it, or the end of it off, you know, and squeeze it.
Yeah.
If you happen to have a star tip or any of your tips at home, and you don't have the actual bag, you can use the Ziploc and put the tip inside, and it still works that way as well.
See? You're genius. Okay, so now we got to do a little bit of the piping.
So now
let's get started on this.
So you just squeeze it out. There you go. Give it enough space in between because they are going to spread.
Well, I can do better than that. I've got better in me.
All right.
Now,
I believe you.
Look
how easy this is.
There's a lot of force there, Matheson. You know what I love, Deb? This recipe comes from Hallmark Publishing's new book, Wrapped Up in Christmas Joy. That's right. I love what we do. This is a beautiful story about a quilt shop owner who finds the journal of a former Marine and reads about his troubled memories of active duty.
That's right. Well, what happens is that Marine has now become a firefighter.
Yeah.
And one Thanksgiving, he's enjoying having a meal with his fellow firefighters at the station, and they're teasing him a little bit about his crush. But one bite of his Grandma Ruby's Dilly Duchess potatoes, and he forgets all about them ribbing him.
You see? That's the power of these potatoes right here. The book is by Janice Lynn, who wrote last year's bestseller, Wrapped Up in Christmas. Janice happens to be a quilter herself with 2 sons in the military, so the story is really near and dear to her heart, and she's involved with the Quilts of Valor Foundation, which is a nonprofit that awards handmade quilts to American veterans.
Yeah,
so
that's a fantastic foundation, by the way. I've done work with them as well.
Okay.
Okay, so now I have piped my Dilly Duchess potatoes here. I have put a little more butter on top because everything's better with butter. And then you pop these little guys in the oven. I'm telling you, by the way, this is my favorite way to eat potatoes these days. They're so good. Pop them in the oven, 20 to 25 minutes at 400 degrees. And they come out looking like that.
And I love the little crisp on top, too. The little crunch, you know what I mean? That's one of the things that I love with these guys right here.
Yeah, that's why you cook them at such a high temperature.
Done it again. Yes, I'm
You ready for your Dilly Duchess? Oh my gosh, I could almost eat them. You could almost just eat them like this. Oh, you are eating. Well, we have a fork and knife, but that's quite all right. You could eat them like this instead.
I mean, listen, this is my first Duchess potato. I don't know, I just grabbed it and ate it.
It's perfect for
Thank you for not making me feel bad by picking it up, too.
Passing at parties as well. It seems like a little appetizer.
Well done, Deb.
To find out how to eat these Dilly Duchess potatoes and to find out how the story ends for the firefighter and his new crush, make sure to pick up Wrapped Up in Christmas Joy by Janice Lynn, wherever books are sold. And as always, you can find out more about this delicious recipe and the book at hallmarkpublishing.com.